Everybody ready? All right, well, I appreciate you all coming today. Mayor, thank you for coming. Media, I know everybody's busy. Thanks everybody else for in here. Gary and I guess I should start by saying, any of you that don't know me, my name's Jason Harrison. I'm the new president and CEO of the Amarillo Chamber of Commerce. And last year, when Gary and I were kind of going through the transition, there was a time I looked over at him saying, is this the right time for me to be taking over as the Chamber of Commerce president? Obviously, it was tough times. There was a lot of uncertainty. People didn't know if we were going to be having to shut businesses back down again. And so businesses, what they had to do is they had to be creative on their business model. Some businesses were doing really good, so they had to figure out, how can I keep up with this demand? A lot of businesses were having to be creative on how we can keep our doors open. And so we saw a lot of those changes happen over the last 6 months. And I think it's through that resilience, through that hard work, that we are seeing a surge now and we are getting back on track. And it's exciting to see our businesses get back open fully. It's exciting to see our community and our consumers get out. They have money, they've got pent-up demand, they want to spend money, and they want to do it locally. Just like anything, any opportunity, there's a situation that you can make things better. You just have to look at it the right way. And so we saw all of our businesses do that. We're excited. We have an after hours 2 weeks ago, and it was one of the biggest attendance that we had ever had. So, and everybody was excited. So I want to start by saying we're excited for the future. Things are getting better. They're going to be great. Amarillo has great leadership. They've got great economic development. They've got a great chamber. We've got a great community. So we're excited as we move forward. So with that, one of the things that needed to happen as well is the chamber took a step back. We needed to see where we were. What was our business model? What were we doing well? What could we do better? And the one thing that we realized is that we do great in networking events. We do great about matching consumers and business owners together. Everybody knows about the Business Connection. Everybody knows about the barbecue. Everybody knows about our after hours. We did really good. But what we realized is that, what do we do for our small businesses? What kind of value do we give to our mom and pops, those local shops that really need us the most? What are we doing to develop them? And so we reached out to some of our biggest supporters, and we came up with a small business initiative partnership. And it's through this partnership that we are going to have specific events for our small businesses. 2 weeks ago, or was it last week, Jody Holland did a Zoom call on accelerating your business. And it was well attended. We're excited for more of those. I think we're going to be having live events. We'll have one, I believe, in the summer, which is working on, what's your climate in your business? What do you need to do to change as we move out of this pandemic and into new things? So I'm very excited about that partnership. And one of the things I wanted to do today was just recognize our organizations. We see this growing in the future. We see this as the future because our small businesses are our future. And we need to make sure that we're taking care of them, and then the rest will follow. So real quickly, I want to recognize our Diamond partners. I know many of you are here. Amarillo Economic Development, Amarillo National Bank, Atmos Energy, Happy State Bank, Pantex, and XL Energy. Thank you, Diamond Partners, for your support in this. Ruby Partners, the City of Amarillo, and Bank of America. And then our Sapphire Partners, Andrews and Associates Kathmandu, Casey Carpet One, First Bank Southwest, and Shurika and Underwood. So again, we really think this is something that we're going to continue to grow, continue to work on. The barbecue's not going anywhere. The Business Connection's not going anywhere. But we can do other things that can be beneficial to our small business community, and that's what this is all about. So in closing, I know that I'm going to bring, Mayor's going to come up and say a few words in a second, but I want to say that in looking back and in thinking now, I can't think of a better time to be the president and CEO of the Amarillo Chamber of Commerce. So the future is bright. We should be excited to live in Amarillo. And with that, I'll bring the mayor up.
Thank you, Jason and Lindsay and Penny and everyone at the Chamber that does the work for Amarillo businesses day in and day out, and truly year in and year out, because 2020 was such an anomaly. It was such a difficult year, but it was the work that you guys have done growing our chamber. We have one of the largest chamber memberships of any city across the state of Texas, and I'm very proud of that, because it says that our business owners recognize the need and the value of our chamber. And it says our chamber leaders and our chamber staff and our chamber supporters recognize how important it is for us to be unified as a business community and working together to grow our economy locally here in Amarillo and across the Texas Panhandle. Sometimes a teacher has to give you a pop quiz to know how much you're learning, right? And know how well you're performing. We've had a pop quiz. 2020 was a big time pop quiz for our local businesses. And the chamber and the partnership that they have with the city and many local strong business supporters, I think got an A on the pop quiz. And how do I know that? I know that because of how we're rebounding. So statistically, our business numbers in Amarillo are amazing. I mean, we would have been happy with these numbers before COVID. And so even comparing, for instance, just take our retail sales. When you compare our retail sales where we are this year compared to last year's numbers, which would have been just pre-COVID numbers, we're up in sales tax revenue by 8.76%. Yes, clap for that. We are doing better now than we were before COVID, and that's amazing. And that goes to our staff, our Chamber of Commerce staff, the partnership that we have in the city, and it goes a gigantic thank you to our local businesses who were willing to adapt and do everything they could to keep their doors open, to keep making their payroll, to keep their employees coming to work and getting a paycheck. And it also has to do with just Amarilloans and the way they chose to shop locally during this. So thank you to every Amarilloan who made a shopping decision to purchase locally and do business here in the city. And when you do business with our local businesses, you're making an investment in ourselves, in our city, in your kids, in the programs that they sponsor with our nonprofits. You're doing everything you can to make our local economy a success, and we're seeing the numbers in that. You know, retail as a whole is projected to be great for 2021. As a nation, we're going to see a 3% increase in retail, but in Amarillo, we're projected to see double that, a 6% increase for our retail stores. That's amazing. I'm thrilled with that. So Jason is exactly right when he says the future is bright for our local businesses. Not only are we doing more economic development than we've done in 30 years, our local existing businesses are seeing a rise in their local numbers, and that's good for our economy all over. I want to encourage folks to get their vaccines, because vaccines are related to how we can recover economically. As we have different variants of the COVID strain that will begin to come into our community, the more people we have vaccinated, the stronger our businesses will be, because we can stay open. And that's been our goal all along. Amarillo has been a very pro-business city during all of this. We were one of the only city I know of that early on created a low risk category for businesses. If you could do business with your customers in a low risk setting, you could stay open in Amarillo. And I think all of that is trending into our numbers that we're seeing now, and those numbers going up. A lot of the decisions that were made to keep businesses open in whatever fashion they could be open, we're seeing those numbers now economically go up, and we're seeing a strong response in our local economy because of that. So we want to continue doing what we can to build our local economy, bringing in new jobs, bringing in new businesses, partnering with our existing businesses, and partnering with our Chamber of Commerce staff as we work to continue to capture this momentum. I mean, who would have thought off a pop quiz like COVID, we would actually be seeing economic success and growth? But we are up for a big recovery in our city. It's already started, and I just want to give a gigantic pat on the back and thank you to Jason and all the staff at the Chamber and to all the businesses who have been part of this. Please continue working to see this recovery happen in our city, and let us know how we can help here at the Chamber or at city staff. That's all I have.
That's great.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you, Mayor. So the mayor's a lot busier than I am, so I don't know if she is going to be sticking around to do any one-on-ones. You may not.
Yeah, but I've got a little bit of time.
I will for sure. So maybe start with the mayor since she needs to get on, and then I can do some of the others, but we'll do one-on-ones. They're usually easier. So
We'll get a photo of the two of you on each side.
Yeah.
Of the
you
board.
bet.